What's up, y'all? Kyle here. You're watching Drivin and Vibin. Today I am super excited to be teaming up with fellow RVers to be sharing 11 must-know tips for the RV buying process. I have very limited experience with buying an RV. Always I have bought used and specifically vintage. So teaming up with these 5 other RVers, we're learning about new rigs, we're learning about huge rigs, we're learning about used rigs and small rigs, and how everyone went about finding the best deal in their perfect rig. Not always with ease. Sometimes these lessons came through challenges. So stay tuned for all the info. Welcome back to the channel, y'all, and thank you so much for joining me here today. Like I said in the intro, very excited to be getting this information to you. 11 must-know RV tips when you're buying an RV. If this information becomes too much too quickly in the video, I will be linking an article below with all of the same video content. That article will have links and you can bookmark it for easy reference in the future. Also, if you're going to be in Tampa this January, we're co-hosting the RV Buyers Bootcamp with Morton's on the Move and Getaway Couple on January 11th. I'll drop a link below to that too if you want some in-person training. But let's not wait any longer to get into this info. These RVers have a lot of valuable experiences to share. I learned so much from this collaboration. So without any further ado, let's hop into the good stuff.
What's up, guys? Nick and Hannah True here from Mapped Out Money, and for the past 2 years we've been living full-time in a 2007 27-foot Airstream Safari.
Our biggest challenge throughout the RV buying process was just all of the unknowns that come with buying something used. We weren't exactly sure what we were looking for in an RV, and we didn't know what to look out for as far as repairs go, and if something did need to be repaired, we didn't know how much to expect it to cost.
The way we overcame this challenge is by spending a lot of time on different RV forums and looking for checklists. For us specifically, we spent a lot of time on the Airstream forums and trying to find what other people were looking for before they went to buy their Airstream. Whenever we found a specific listing that we were interested in, we would spend a little bit of time looking up the specific year, make, and model of that trailer to try and see what some of the common problems might be for that one.
The most valuable tip we'd share about the RV buying process is to first nail down whether you want something to drive or whether you want something to tow.
There's a lot of pros and cons to each, and you will likely have different needs than us. For us, we travel full-time with 2 cats and 2 dogs. So we wanted to minimize the possibility of our RV being in the shop and having to figure out what we were going to do and what we were going to do with our pets. So we only wanted to have one thing with an engine and then tow our RV. Again, you'll likely have different needs than us, but if you can nail down the drive versus tow question, it's going to clear up a lot of other questions for you in the process.
Hi guys, Lisa here.
And I'm Dan.
And we're from Always on Liberty. We're currently in our 3rd RV. We're in a 2019 Winnebago View motorhome. It's only 25 feet. And we just moved into this only, a few months ago.
Yeah.
We previously had a 2016 Heartland Landmark Luxury 5th wheel. And before that, we've had a 2014 Heartland Cyclone toy hauler. So Dan, what about the RV buying process?
Well, one of our tips for the buying process is you need to find the right floor plan at the right price, which is going to lead you to the decision of, do I need to buy new or am I willing to buy used? These are things you're going to have to think about. You'll have to do some research, but really floor plan at the right price, and livability is the key to you buying a successful RV.
And our RV buying process tip, I would say, is do your research.
Yes.
You want to research online, get some advice from owners of a certain manufacturer, research the manufacturer, find out the quality of their products, and the frame, the cabinetry, the components is a big thing. So do your research and
read the forums, read the owner's forums, and they will give you a lot of information on the durability of the RV you're looking at and things like that.
Also, attend lots of rallies if you can.
Sure.
You know, rallies and RV shows. Go in and out. Go to different dealerships. Get a feel of what the RVs are all about. And the big thing is, when you've decided on a floor plan, make sure you tell the dealer, I want to sit in this when the slides are in. Because wow, that gives you a whole different perspective of when you're traveling. Like if you're in a motorhome, can you get to the bathroom?
To the refrigerator, things like that.
Right. And also if you have to keep your slides in when you're lot docking, you need to be able to get to those things even in a towable.
But our biggest tip is, Lisa, tell them.
Be patient and don't think you can't walk away.
Yes, be prepared to walk away.
Yeah.
If you don't get the deal you want on the floor plan or RV you want, take your checkbook, take your business, and go somewhere else until you get what is best for you.
Right. So here we are. We're in our third RV, and hopefully we won't have to do that again for a long time. We do realize it is stressful, but again, this is a major purchase. So like buying a home, a sticks and bricks home, do your research.
Hi, I'm Charity.
And I'm Ben.
And we are Grateful Glamper. So our RV is a 2004 Fleetwood Discovery 39J. It does have a diesel engine, so it falls into the category of a diesel pusher motorhome. So our biggest struggle when we bought this RV, and this was our second RV, and we kind of had the same struggle with our first RV purchase experience also, was that we just didn't know what to look for in the purchase process. So when we bought this rig, we felt more confident in knowing the problem areas or the common things that could possibly go wrong in what to inspect ourselves. But we found out that we missed a few things after we got home and started looking it over more closely.
Yeah, little did we know we weren't the experts that we thought we were. So what we ended up having to do is call out a friend that is actually a mobile RV tech. They are more than happy to come out and do an inspection for you for a fee. So we had the mobile tech come out to take a look at some of the things that were wrong with the RV, and he also did find some additional items wrong with our RV and gave us some ideas on what we could do to fix them and resolve any of the issues that we had.
So we spent a good 2 days just doing some work and diagnosing some water leaks and, you know, just having to get it ready for the road because it did have a few issues that we did not know or catch when we inspected it ourselves. So the number one thing that we share with other RVers or potential RVers, if you're considering purchasing an RV, is to hire a professional RV inspector. There are many RV inspectors around the USA that are certified RV inspectors. Think about this in the same sense that if you were purchasing a sticks and bricks home, you would hire an inspector. You have a professional home inspection done before that you sign the paperwork to purchase that home. An RV is really not that much different. It's either going to become your home or maybe become your second home. So having a professional inspect it will be able to give you more peace of mind and also help you avoid purchasing someone else's headache.
Hey guys, I'm Liz.
I'm Casey.
And we are the Freeway Flippers. We started full-time RVing in August of 2018. We first started with an outdoors RV 2018 Timber Ridge 24 RDS, and 4 months later we upgraded to a 2017 Northwood Manufacturing Arctic Fox 29-5K.
Yeah, so we went from a 30-foot bumper pole to a 35-foot fifth wheel. All right, so we were asked some of our biggest challenges when buying an RV and starting our full-time journey. Some of the challenges that we found were actually because we live down in Arizona. The manufacturer of our brands were made in the Pacific Northwest, which a majority of their salespeople and dealerships were from that area. So when we were going out to dealerships and actually looking at these models that Liz had mentioned, when we would ask specific questions, the salespeople in our area weren't very knowledgeable about the product. We actually knew about it a lot more than they did just from the research that we've done online. And I just have to assume that's probably because they have several other different models that they're selling and they don't get a lot of the outdoors RV, which is specifically what we were looking for at the time. Same with the Northwood Manufacturing. Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Montana, there's a ton of dealers around there, but like we're in Texas right now, and I don't think we've seen another Northwood Manufacturing Arctic Fox.
Twice, that's it.
Yeah, and the last 2 months, probably 2 of them. They're just not very common in the South. We love the product. We did a lot of research on, we bought it specifically for the Four Seasons. The fact that they make their own frame, it's a much better quality product in our opinion. But a challenge was actually finding somebody that was knowledgeable about the product. Ultimately, we ended up going to Moriarty, New Mexico, which Valerie and her team there did know about the product very well. They just happened to be in kind of a tough location, I think is why they maybe had this one on their lot a little longer than they planned, but it worked out perfect for us.
Yeah. The other challenge was that we did have to travel to find the RV because we were looking for such a specific brand and model.
It's a big purchase and something you're going to be living in potentially or traveling in a lot. Be willing to travel to go pick up what you're wanting.
When we went to Washington and when we went to New Mexico, we actually saved thousands of dollars by traveling to go pick up the RV. So that would be a really good tip. Another tip would be make sure you're realistic with what you want out of a full-time RV. When we first started, we were researching what everybody else suggested. Stay under 30 feet so you can get into national parks. Go smaller the better, but really we didn't sit down and do a checklist and figure out, okay, what are our wants and needs for living in an RV full-time. And had we done that, we might have saved ourselves the stress of having to upgrade after 4 months. But in the end, we're very happy with our RV journey. And those that are watching that are new, we wish you the best of luck on finding your first RV.
Hi, I'm Cass with Tales of Wanderlust, and I live in a 2018 Airstream base camp. The biggest challenge I had when buying an RV was finding one that fit all of our needs. I'm a solo traveler, but I travel with an 80-pound dog and a cat, so we had to find something that we all could live in. I also have a Toyota 4Runner, which I absolutely love, so I wanted to have an RV that I could tow behind that so I didn't have to upgrade to a full-size truck. With all of that, you're looking at something under 5,000 gross vehicle weight, and that really limits your options. I also grew up RVing, and we always had your standard RV trailers, and I wanted something that felt not so much like camping, a little bit more like a modern home, as well as an entire list of items that we were looking for. Some of those are a big kitchen, because I love to cook, a place to hide the cat litter, a shower I could actually stand up in and wash my hair, a bed that would fit all three of us, and then a place where I could sit down and work. Finding that in a small RV was pretty difficult. So there were a lot of RV shows that I went to. I did a lot of Googling, a lot of researching, and it really took about 6 months to try to come up with a solid list of must-haves plus nice-to-haves. And then once I had that and finally found a list of RVs that I could look at, it was really trying to find the perfect one. The first time I saw the base camp, actually, I didn't think it would fit any of our needs. But through all of that research, making the lists, kind of going through everything, we really found that this was the only one that truly fit all of our needs. It's modern, it fits the three of us, it has storage to hide everything, and a good-sized kitchen. The biggest tip that I could give somebody who's looking to buy an RV is don't limit yourself to your local area, especially if you're looking for something new, something unique. There's so much out there in the country, and prices vary so greatly across the country. You might be able to find a deal several states over. I ended up finding the base camp originally in Austin. That's where I saw it for the first time. I didn't end up buying it in Texas, and I was on the road, ended up in Idaho. That's when I decided to take a second look at the Airstream base camp. And that's when I started going through with a measuring tape, really seeing if it could fit everything that I needed, and it did. So I went home that night. I looked up the best Airstream dealers in the country. The base camp is a newer model. They only started building it in 2017, so I didn't want to buy one that was used, only a year old, for just a small amount less. So I ended up going brand new. So I looked up the best Airstream dealers in the country, and the next day I literally just called all of them. I knew which options I wanted, and I asked them for a quote. By doing that, I actually saved about 10% over the price they were quoting me in Idaho. I did end up buying it in New Jersey, so that does seem like a really far distance away, but for me, I was heading back that way anyway, so it wasn't any additional cost. So it really was a big benefit to search all over the country and really see what you could find.
All right, guys, so I'm going to jump in with the last tip, number 11, and that is trust your instinct. This is a lesson I had to learn from Olivia. I wanted to jump on every RV that we found along the way during our first buying process. I wasn't patient enough. I just wanted to have one of these things sitting in the driveway. But Olivia trusted her gut. She knew when to pass on a rig. She knew when to jump on a rig. And just by trusting your gut, I don't mean wait endlessly for the right rig, but know whenever the right one comes your way. It's a little fluffy, I understand, but I promise you, if you have a lovely partner who can rein in some of the excitement and get you focused on getting the right rig rather than the quickest rig by trusting your instinct, you will save a lot of time and money and energy probably. But those are the tips, and I thank the collaborators so much. If you want to learn more about any of the collaborators today, I will also have links to them in the video description and on that blog article that I'll link below as well. They all have wonderful stories and are sharing them online, so make sure you check those out. Thank you again for joining me here today, and we'll see y'all later on.